Hey guys, what is going on? You know the drill. It is the Anarchy Radio here, and we are here with something different. We are here with some sports news, and more importantly, we are here with the MLB trade deadline recap of 2014. It was definitely a eventful trade deadline. We saw all sorts of trades, big and small, but definitely there was a lot of big trades. And let's go to the main event, shall we? Let's go to the one that takes the cake. My hometown team, the Tampa Bay Rays, trading our ace, David Price, to Detroit. And in exchange, we got Drew Smiley and prospect Willie Adams, I believe that's how you say his last name. And Austin Jackson went to Seattle, and Seattle sent us Nick Franklin. Now, what do I think about this trade, considering that I am a Rays fan? Now, I know a lot of Rays fans feel hurt, because David Price was a big part of Tampa Bay. He was a big clubhouse presence, a former Cy Young winner. That's all you got to know that he was the best Rays pitcher to ever, and I mean ever, put on the Rays uniform. You could make the case he was the best ever Ray, had the best ever Ray career. You could put that into perspective. You could say in the Rays history, David Price could have been the best Ray ever to hit that field. Now, with that all being said, I still believe that it had to be done. A lot of people are saying that David Price and the Rays, I mean, they didn't get everything they should have got. They should have got more. They should have got more prospects. They should have got a big hitter. Well, guess what? David Price went right now, which means that team, the Tigers, the Detroit Tigers, are now in the chance, the favorites for a World Series ring. And they get David Price for that postseason run and next year and a chance to re-sign him. And I'm pretty sure David Price will return to Detroit. Heck, maybe even we'll get lucky and return to the Rays. But I doubt it's going to happen now. That's just me being an optimistic Rays fan. Born in Tampa Bay, raised in Florida. You just got to be optimistic for this team, your hometown team. But you look and you say, all right, they're going to give him for the postseason run and the whole year next year. And they could re-sign him. And they only got Drew Smiley and a prospect and a guy who's been out and in of the major league and minor leagues for the last 2 years. So you got to think, why did they get so much? Why didn't they just wait and get the same deal? Obviously, the Rays saw this as being the best deal. And a lot of teams were probably telling them, listen, this is the best deal you're going to get. And soon, you're not going to get Willie Adams, an upcoming prospect. You're only going to get Drew Smiley and Nick Franklin. That's probably what was happening. It's probably what was happening. So do I blame Tampa Bay for trading David Price? No, they weren't going to pay him. So you had to get rid of him, and now it's the best time as ever. Heck, I just watched the Rays almost beat the second. I may be wrong here, but I believe they have the second best record behind their rivals, the division leaders, the Oakland Athletics, the A's. With that being said, I think the Rays still got a good chance of making the playoffs and maybe getting, not being too optimistic here, but they could get into the playoffs and win that wild card game. And we'll see where it takes from there. So that's my thing on David Price. Yes, I would like to thank David Price for everything he's done here. He's great. But small market team, I've just gotten used to the pain and suffering as it is being a small market team fan. All right, now we get to transfer to the rival of the Rays, a Rays fan, the Boston Red Sox. The Boston Red Sox traded their ace, just like the Rays did. They traded their ace, John Lester, but they added some outfielders, they had some hitters, and Johnny Gomes, a former Ray, and some cash, some moolah, to Oakland for you Jonas Cespedes, I always get that first name wrong. You saw that slur in the beginning. And a 2015 competitive balanced draft pick. And what do I think about this? Each team benefits from this pretty equally. Obviously, Oakland's looking to get that World Series ring. They get John Lester and Johnny Gomes. That will help. Johnny Gomes could be definitely a missing piece, but John Lester is definitely that big piece. He may be that big piece that's going to fit that nice ring over all the players and owners when they win their World Series. Now, who do I think got the better deal out of this? I don't know. It's pretty even to me. I mean, if it all goes out to the Oakland Athletics, how it's supposed to be, it could benefit Oakland Athletics if they won the World Series. But considering the David Price trade, you never know. Jonas Cespedes, if he ends up being a Boston Red Sox for life, it kind of benefits the Boston Red Sox. But here's a crazy thought. What if Jonas Cespedes stayed with the Boston Red Sox? And then John Lester, who said he was open to re-sign with the Red Sox, even if they did trade him, came back after this year, because I believe this is his last year, and they got Jonas Cespedes and John Lester practically for nothing. They didn't trade him. All they had to do was trade Johnny Gomes, cash considerations, and a 2015 competitive balanced draft pick, and they get those two big stars. Think about that. What if John Lester said, hey, listen, you're not going anywhere. Let me go to Oakland Athletics. I'll re-sign him for you, and heck, maybe I get 2 World Series rings in a row. And if they do that, whew, the Athletics get the short-term good deal out of it, but Boston Red Sox will definitely be cleaning house and definitely would have got the best out of that deal. So that's something to think about. And of course, Boston wasn't done yet. They are cleaning house. They traded John Lackey and left-handed pitcher Corey Littrell, I believe his name is, in cash considerations to St. Louis for outfielder and first baseman Alan Craig and Joe Kelly, right-handed pitcher. I am definitely messing up a lot today, guys. Sorry. And what do I gotta say about this trade? It benefits the Red Sox. It does. You get rid of John Lackey, he's old. All the St. Louis was looking for was short-term pitching. I mean, they get Alan Craig, who's going to be a big help. And and Joe Kelly. I mean, that's all I got really. Not that much to say about this trade. I think Boston definitely won. Boston, I think, definitely got the better out of these two trades so far, if it all works out for Boston. But Boston still wasn't done yet. They traded Andrew Miller to Baltimore for Edward Rodriguez. Got nothing to say. All I'm saying is they're trading to their rivals just like that, a snap of the finger. I would snap, but I can't snap. And to another rival, their biggest rival, the New York Yankees, they traded Stephen Drew to New York in cash considerations to the New York Yankees. Yes, they gave cash to the New York Yankees. Who knows why? For infielder Kelly Johnson. Pretty even trade. I think Stephen Drew may have a little more upside, but hey, they do get some cash. The Yankees do get some cash, so it's pretty even. So I think the Red Sox did pretty good. I hate to say that as a Rays fan, but they did pretty good for the trade deadline. I'll be giving my scores. I'll be giving my scores for these teams at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. And finally, Arizona traded something like that, Parra to Milwaukee for outfielder Mitch Hanger and left-handing pitcher Anthony Veneta. And they also traded infielder Martin Pride to the New York Yankees for catcher Pete O'Brien and cash considerations or a player to be named. So what about thinking about these both trades? It's amazing how outfielders can go just like that. An infielder, Martin Pride to the New York Yankees, obviously the Yankees want to win. With that being said, I believe it's time, and also the Marlins got Jared Cozart. I believe it's time now for me to give my final ranking. The highest you can get out is 10 out of 10 for me. Now, how do I think the Rays did? I'm going to give the Rays a 6 out of 10. A very low 6 out of 10. That can easily have been a 4, believe me. I'll give them a 6 out of 10, and I'm going to say it's almost like a stock. It's either going to go up or go down. Because if those two prospects, Willie Adams, obviously the prospect, and Nick Franklin's a player, and Drew Smyly could definitely shape up to be somebody big. That's definitely either going to go up or go very downhill. So it may be 4 or 5 years before we know how this trade plans out. How do I think Detroit did? You got an ace. You got a former Cy Young winner. I mean, 8 out of 10. I mean, they did great. It could have been a 9 or 10 out of 10. Let me be, as a Rays fan, I am a little biased and hoping this trade doesn't work out for the Detroit Tigers. And Seattle, they got Austin Jackson, and I think they only gave up Nick Franklin. I'd say that's a pretty big win for Seattle. I'd say it's a pretty big win for Seattle, so Seattle gets a 7 out of 10 by me. I'm being generous. And let's see, I can't really give a grade to Houston because I don't really know how that could work out. So I'm just gonna give them a 6 out of 10 because you never know what Houston's gonna get out of those prospects. But I do give Miami an 8 out of 10. Why? Because Miami's gonna have the best. I guarantee you, the next 2 years they're gonna have one of the best pitching rotations in the major leagues. Because you get Jared Cozart, Jose Fernandez, and a couple of young pitchers, you could be unstoppable. All right. What do I give Boston? 6.9 out of 10. Boston did very well, but a lot of those trades, you're not going to know what's going to happen. Like I said, you never know what's going to happen in trades, so 6.9 out of 10. What I give Arizona? 5 out of 10. Don't really agree with them giving up their outfielder, but you never know what they're going to get in return with those two players. I give the Yankees 7.5 out of 10. I believe they did very well trying to get the win, guys. So, guys, did you like this sports review of the MLB trades for the deadline of 2014, the recap? What do you think, guys? Please tell me what you think. This is my first sports video. I would definitely like to do more. I like this to be a wrestling and sports channel, guys. Makes it a lot easier on me, guys. My schedule's going to be jam-packed when I start school again. I mean, I'm going to have golf practice. I'm going to I'm going to have a lot of things going on for me, guys. So I'm going to make sure to keep this up in front. Getting you hopefully I'm gonna hopefully get you like 5 or 6 videos a week at least. Monday Night Raw reviews, TNA reviews, as long as they're still on TV, guys. So, guys, I'll see you in my next video. I hope you like it. Remember to like this video, guys. See you in the next video, guys.